And many people are struggling with problems in their legs. So I'd like to look at legs. Let's begin by looking at varicose veins. Varicose veins usually has an inherited factor, but remember, genetics loads the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger.
Foot pain for 15 years gone. Effective varicose vein treatment method. Dr. O'Neill emphasizes that swollen feet are a much more common issue than many people think. According to her, over 20% of adults will experience swollen feet at some point in their lives. This can lead to discomfort, pain, and a reduced quality of life for those affected. Swollen feet can be caused by various factors, including lifestyle, diet, and genetics. However, Dr. O'Neill points out that lifestyle plays a key role in improving this condition.
Varicose veins often has an inherited factor, but remember that genetics loads the gun, lifestyle pulls the trigger. It's an interesting study of today. It's called epigenetics, the effect of lifestyle on the cell. So if someone has inherited varicose veins, there's a few things they can do to manage it. If someone's carrying excess weight, that can certainly intensify the veins. Constipation, that excess weight on the lower legs can compound the problem. If the person with varicose veins chooses exercise, and I definitely choose you do, I would choose an exercise where you're not on your feet too much. So an exercise bike, swimming, that varicose system, your vein system, is the system that pumps the blood back up to the heart. And you have a second heart. It's your calf muscle. So you see right now, I'm going up and down, just on my toes. That stimulates the calf muscle, which is the heart, or the second heart it's called, that pumps the blood in the venous system back up to the heart. Also rebounding. Even though with rebounding you're on your feet, it's a cushioning effect. And the rebounding is excellent for strengthening that venous system. Make sure you're well hydrated to keep that blood nice and thin. Make sure you're well nourished so that the cells are able to repair and heal. Do you know the best cure for varicose veins is rebounding? Because when you're rebounding, that majorly stimulates your second heart, which is your calf muscle. And what happens with varicose veins is the blood's tending to sit and pool in the venous system. You see, your arteries come away from the heart, the venous system is coming back to the heart. Even just the health bounce, just even going like that is strengthening or moving your second heart, your calf muscles. Around your capillary system, your blood network, there are muscles. And as the heart pumps, it causes muscular contractions all through your artery. But your lymphatic system, it has a network of capillaries too. But it doesn't have a muscular system around it, and it does not have a pump. So how does it get activated? Movement. But there is one exercise that stimulates the lymphatic system in a more powerful way than any other exercise, and that is the rebounding. And this is what happens when you're rebounding. When you're jumping, when you accelerate up to the point of getting deceleration on the tip of your bounce, every single gate in the whole of the lymphatic system is open. And when you hit the mat, every single gate closes. And then when you go up again, every gate opens, and when you hit the mat again, every gate closes. Does it affect the joints? There is no jarring on the joints because you've got to bounce. Whereas if you run, your joints jar, but not on the rebounding because you get this cushioning. When people don't exercise and they hardly move, can you see that their lymphatic system isn't stimulated? So what's happening in the tissues? The waste is building up. Do you remember the story I told you about Bobby, who had his lymph node in his thigh removed and his legs were huge, and I got him rebounding every hour. Just a minute, every hour. Just to get that lymphatic system. You see, when anyone that's got swelling in their body, it's lymphatic. It's lymphatic fluid. And the rebounding is often called a lymphosizer because it has such a powerful effect on the lymphatic system. So once you Google and investigate the wonders of the rebounding exercises, now the rebounder that we have is one of the best. It's called a knee duck. It's important to get a good quality one so you get a good bounce, because cheaper ones are very hard, but the ones that are a little bit more expensive, they're just much better quality, and they basically spring you up in the air. They've got such a good spring on them. The good news is you only have to do 3 minutes 3 times a day. How good's that? Or you can do your interval training in the morning and do it all at once. For someone who's really challenged with swollen lymphatic fluid in their body, they can do it for 1 minute every single hour. It is such a powerful form of exercise that you don't need to do very much. A girlfriend of mine has her rebounder in the lounge room, and she says her little boy plays with Lego, and she said about every 10 minutes she timed him one day, he jumps up and rebounds for about 3 minutes, then runs back and plays with Lego. Who tells him to do that? So the best muscle strengthening is rebounding. The best bone strengthening is rebounding.
You may not believe it, but swelling in the feet is often linked to kidney problems. The kidneys are responsible for balancing sodium and water in the body, so when swelling occurs in the feet, it could mean the kidneys are not functioning well. To improve this situation, you can increase your water and salt intake. One woman shared that she tried drinking more water, but her feet were still swollen, and she realized that water cannot enter the cells without help from magnesium. Magnesium helps pull water into the cells, which is why adding a little pure salt before drinking each glass of water can help your body absorb water more effectively. Our bodies need about 2 liters of water a day, and for those with digestive issues or swelling, sipping water slowly and adding a little Celtic salt to each glass will improve water absorption into the cells quickly.
So what can we do for varicose veins? Well, there are a few things that will compound or make varicose veins far worse. And one is if you're carrying extra weight. So if you're carrying extra weight, one of the easiest ways to lose weight is to eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, or supper like a pauper. It's to start exercising every day, balance the hormones with the Anna's Wild Yam cream, go to bed early. If you stay up late, you're going to get hungry. That's one of the easiest ways to lose weight. And get the carbohydrates right down. Eat a lot more fibre, much less carbohydrates. So losing weight's important, but also constipation. And a lot of people don't even think of this aspect. But when the bowels are not working properly, there's extra weight in that area taken by the legs. Dr. Kellogg said 3 intakes of food a day should equal 3 evacuations a day. So make sure you're evacuating every day, and you can ensure that by drinking adequate water, by eating a plant-based diet, by exercising. We're getting back once again to those 8 laws of health. Also, and we talked about this in the poultice demonstration, castor oil compresses on the abdomen. That penetrates deep and can help to encourage the colon to start working regularly. Being on your feet all day. Our legs don't like it when we're on our feet all day, especially when it's on cement. Be also very mindful of your footwear. Now, these little sandals that I'm wearing at the moment, they're by a foot doctor and his wife. And they've been carefully designed to shape to the foot to be incredibly comfortable. I always make sure that my feet are on natural fibre. The biggest pores in the whole of your body are on the soles of your feet. And they are very comfortable shoes, so I can stand in these shoes for quite a long time. I probably spend more money on my shoes than any other part of my dress because I'm standing up for quite a long time when I'm lecturing. But standing for long periods, I mean, there are some people who are maybe in an office behind a desk serving people, and they can be on their feet all day. They need to be very careful on the shoes that they're wearing. But if someone has varicose veins and that's their job, my suggestion is to find another job. My suggestion is that you've got to get away from standing on your feet all day because that is putting a lot of pressure on your legs. Generous proteins, your legumes, your nuts, your seeds. Your legumes are they're probably low to medium carbohydrate, whereas your nuts and seeds are very low carbohydrate. And healthy fats. Remember, it's not fat that makes you fat. It's the high carbohydrate, high sugar diet that's contributing to the weight gain that we're seeing today. So, breakfast and lunch main meals, this is your weight loss. Daily exercise, ideally the HIIT training, and we've just defined the best HIIT training for someone with varicose veins is your rebounding or swimming. Not everyone can swim and not everyone has the opportunity to have the water nearby to swim. Exercise bike. Exercise bike or rebounding are probably two most attainable, especially for people that live in apartments. So another thing with legs, you've got to keep well hydrated. Keeping well hydrated keeps the blood nice and thin, and it's just much easier to move through the venous system. Number 4 is cayenne pepper. Why cayenne pepper? What's cayenne pepper got to do with varicose veins? Cayenne pepper taken internally, it not only thins the blood, but it strengthens and gives integrity to the arterial and venous walls, because that's what you want to do. You want to strengthen those venous and arterial walls. This type of exercise will strengthen it because around your blood capillary system, arterial and venous, there's a muscular network. So when you're exercising, you're strengthening that muscular network, you're increasing blood supply. That's why it's vital that you have nourishing food going in, that it's well hydrated, the blood's nice and thin, and that through exercise you're getting nice amounts of oxygen, which also help to strengthen the cells that line the venous system. So how much cayenne pepper? We'll start with 1/4 teaspoon in a little water, maybe 1/3 cup of water. And of course what this will also do is it'll boost your digestion, so it'll do quite a few things. So cayenne pepper strengthens and gives integrity to the venous walls from the inside, whole of the capillary network. Number 5 is lift or elevate. Here we are, elevate the legs. It's a good idea when you're conquering your varicose veins is elevate the legs even for 15 minutes a day, put them way up. So maybe in the afternoon, sit down, get a good book, or if you might be a knitter, I'm a knitter, and elevate those legs up and get the blood coming more back into other parts of the body. It will take pressure off the legs. So the other is early nights. Your legs need a good 8 hours. You want these legs elevated for 8 hours a night. There is a herb, and this herb is called witch hazel. And witch hazel is a herb that is able to constrict the blood vessels. So it pulls those blood vessels back nice and tight. And so when the witch hazel cream, you can buy it as an ointment, a cream, when it's applied to the legs, it helps to constrict or pull them in. And whenever the legs are painful, you can do an ice massage. What ice massages do is they greatly reduce the inflammation, and if you can reduce the inflammation, you reduce the swelling and you reduce the pain. Most pain is due to inflammation. So maybe you've been on the legs longer than you should have been. Maybe the footwear is not the great. Maybe it just happened you're on the cement all day. You've had a long day, you didn't have a good night the night before, and they're aching. Elevate them, and while you're elevating them, just massage with ice. A great way to do it is get a paper cup and fill it with water and freeze it. And then when it's frozen and you need it, you peel the top bit off, and then that base of it, you can hold on to that and you can give a nice massage to the legs. Give a nice massage to the legs, then maybe apply the witch hazel cream and you can get relief that way. Whenever they're sore, you need to deal with that, because that's the body saying, I need you to do something and I need you to do something now, so do it. But also investigate why they are so sore. I need to get new footwear. And we'll put this up here, this is number 9. we'll just say good foot, good fitting shoes. Please spend the money. So these little shoes that I have on right now, they might look little and light, and they are, and they're very comfortable. Yeah, I probably paid nearly $200 for them. So I pay that much money for good shoes because it's worth it. It's well worth the money that you will use to buy good fitting, natural fibre footwear. That's vital. We have seen many people be able to manage their varicose veins, bring it under control by just implementing these simple things. And the last one is no long-term standing. In other words, you should not be on your feet hour after hour after hour. That should not be. If you've got varicose veins and that's your job, you've got to get another job. Because you will never completely conquer your problem if you're going to be on your feet for long periods of time.
Now, let's explore potatoes, a simple food with powerful anti-inflammatory properties that can help reduce foot swelling. Potatoes are highly effective at reducing tissue infiltration, helping decrease swelling in areas such as swollen ankles, fingers, or even knees. When you face swelling, you might wonder whether to use potatoes or ginger. Potatoes can make you feel better in just a few hours. To use, you can grate a small potato, apply it to the swollen area, and cover it with cloth or plastic wrap. Potatoes are alkalizing, helping to neutralize acid in the inflamed tissue, and minerals like potassium and phosphorus will be absorbed through the skin to aid in the healing process. Your health is completely in your hands. By following Dr. O'Neill's advice and taking a proactive approach to foot health, you can improve your quality of life and even reverse chronic swelling. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell for more life-changing information. Start your journey to better foot health today.